Welcome, everybody, to episode 169, nice, of Perpetual Backlog. I'm your host, Aqua, and joining me today is Dalit.
Hey.
And the sleepy girl, Leek herself.
Yeah.
How's it going? How's this week been? Dalit, you played a lot of Tekken this week.
What? Actually, I didn't play that much Tekken this week.
No, well, we watched.
But I did play
Tekken.
We did. We watched a lot of Tekken.
Yeah. Watched the Evo Japan, or at least
Yeah,
I watched
Evolution Japan.
Japan finals. Yeah.
Yeah, I watched all 3 days. Well, not everything from all 3 days because that tournament still isn't quite up to the task of an international showing yet. But they're doing what they can, and it was good enough. It was nice having the watch party.
Yeah. Dalit now mains the 1% character in Tekken.
I have a lot of feelings about what happened, and as of today, a major one is Salt.
Now
the bandwagon in T8 is so strong. No one was playing this. I ran into like 2 mirror matches on my way to Garyu. And I realized she's somewhat popular, but I wasn't running into lilies like that. Suddenly, she wins Evo. What do you see everywhere?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a good.
But I will say
though.
this: oh my goodness, watching Chikarin run through them like butter. And admittedly, Chanel had a great showing.
Yeah.
My guy had to run the gamut. But it came down to Chikarin versus Lowhigh, and Dragunov versus Lily. And contrary to everything you've heard on the internet, including from me, that was not a competitive fight. Yeah, Chikarin on Lily just took it. Easy. No reset.
Yeah. Yeah. I was a little afraid. I was just a little afraid. I was like, Dragunov's gonna come back from the losers bracket. So he's gonna come back and he's gonna take the win, and I'm like, I don't want to see Dragunov win.
So there's something I want to point out about this, because eagle-eyed listeners, well, eagle-eared listeners will know that I said something going into Evo that was not true. I made a prediction. I predicted top 8, which ended up being a top 6, but still, top 8 would be like 3 Dragunovs, 3 Fangs, and a couple of Azucena. So top 6,
none of the rest.
Yeah, so top 6 was a Dragunov, an Elisa, a Lily,
2 Laws,
a Nina, and 2 Laws.
Yeah.
What? God damn. That's so different.
And what did Lowhigh pulled out Zafina one round?
Yeah, Chanel briefly swapped to Zafina, and Lowhigh briefly swapped to Steve.
Oh yeah.
But these were like testing the water switches, and they just immediately went back to what was working.
Yeah.
And not to mention, those were not the characters that got them to top 6. So.
No. Yeah. It was so insane seeing 2 Laws.
Dude, let me tell you,
Manja's Law was so aggressive that one match.
Yeah, true. And doubles was more reserved, and he got packed up pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Watching the pools of this, like I saw Chikarin, day 1, I believe, go heads up with Knee, and that wasn't that much of a fight either. And Knee, regardless of how he feels about Tekken 8, is one of the gods of Tekken. Like, he is one of those, like, very, very influential figures.
Yeah.
So to see him, like, not make it to finals was a little surprising. But again, Tekken 8 turns a lot of things on its head. What I will say about it is this. A, I've been playing Lily from the start. Y'all are bandwagoners. Y'all pack up, go home. That's all I'm saying. Y'all can come back to Lily when Anna comes out, and I go back to my main. But also, it was really wholesome after winning the tournament for Chicorin to speak and literally him say, "I fucking love this game. I have been living in my house playing this while everyone else was complaining." He didn't say this, but like while everyone else was complaining, Chicorin was like labbing, like he was putting in the work. So it's nice to see him get properly like rewarded for all that effort. Which also means all of you like Internet Warriors, just chill, just put in the time. It's really not that bad. I mean, it's a little frustrating, I won't lie, but stop playing it like Tekken 7. Actually learn to play Tekken 8. You'll be fine.
Yeah. Did you? Which? I mean, we play. You played Tekken and Relink this week. Did you do anything
That's been about
else?
it. Yeah, because every time I had a free moment, I would get roped into doing reeling things, which I'm happy to do. We had new content come out. We had the Eternals crop up, so
Mhm.
had 2 new characters to level and get
Dwayne is
their
busted.
shenanigans for. Twain is so good. Both of these Eternals are really interestingly balanced, but I guess they don't have a bunch of weapons, so they're just absolutely crammed full of stats.
Yep.
But yeah, those are the 2 things I did. I ran a couple of sets against Zeke, which, I mean, not against him. I actually like. I put a bunch of time into this game, but we were just dicking around having fun. It was great.
Yeah.
And then I will have to actually go in and bully you at some point.
Whoa. I didn't accept this. Right.
Well, I'm just saying it's going to happen now. Also, hey, how did you feel about that? How did you feel about that story after I told you it was going to be trash?
I mean, I knew it was going to be trash. I heard the words it was going to be Kingdom Hearts-esque, and let me tell you what, it was. It was very Kingdom
I
Hearts.
love Tekken dearly. Every piece of the story after 5 is hot fucking garbage.
The story made no sense.
It's so bad. Like, I was really hoping we were just going to go back to a martial arts tournament after this, but I guess we're just going to continue on with these shenanigans.
Hey, no. Tekka Died will be mainly a martial arts tournament or whatever, but at the end, Reina will do some like dumb shit.
Jump scare Reina.
Yeah, jump scare Reina. There we go. Man. Also, the end of that story is so long.
It does drag on, and as great a moment of Jin hitting the T3 pose and hearing that music is, you've got like 5 more fights ahead of you. What the fuck?
I was complaining to Zeke like right after because like I'd hopped into the other Discord, and I was like, you know what this game did? This game did the thing that MGS4 did, but worse. All right.
Yes.
All right. It made you go through. It made you go through so many different Tekkens in this final fight. All right. And Zeke was like, "Yeah, just learn seven games worth of tech." And I'm just like, it's so like I think the only good faith might have been the might have been the fucking Jin OST phase, the Jin theme phase.
Yeah, no, absolutely, actually.
Not because I knew how to play or anything like that. Just because when I heard Jin's theme, I was like, yeah, Birdie Wing. There we go. Because that's all I think about when I hear Jin's theme now is Birdie Wing. Now, you go up against Kazuya like 12 times in the end of this game. It's 12 matches like straight in a row. And then there's and there's like some god level fight in this game where you and Kazuya are literal gods fighting on top of a rock in space. And I didn't realize there were QTEs in this game when I started this game, and then I saw the first
literally
QTE and I was
starts
like,
with
what?
it.
I was like, what? I was like, QTEs? What is this? What is this, God of War? Yeah, and I mean the what is it? Super Angel Jin versus Super like True Devil Kazuya. And in theory, that's cool, and it looked cool, but playing it was not cool. Yeah. This story is hot garbage. Good thing Tekken's a fighting game and not a story game. So.
Dude, God forbid it ever tries to shift to that.
Yeah.
Because let me tell you, the movies aren't any better.
Honestly, the character episodes are better than the fucking story.
100%. 100%. At least they're fun.
Yeah, at least they're fucking like.
And small spoilers, Kazuya's still a sneakerhead. This is why no matter how evil he is, he's still kind of a nun.
True. And he didn't start World War III, though he did just try to take over the world.
I mean,
by
Kazuya
being
is super evil,
devil.
yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone in a hurry to forgive Jin, though. It's like, all right, okay. If you say so.
But that's because Jin's actually kind of seeking redemption or whatever. Kazuya's not. He's just like, I fuck everybody.
He's embracing the evil. No,
yeah.
Put that in my veins. Quite literally.
Jin's at least like, all right, I kind of see that I was a dick, and I kind of want to change that. So, yeah, Tekken 8's pretty fun. I did some ranked, as Dullet saw. I won one match and lost like 3. So that's fun. I don't play fighting games, and even though I in my brain practice those combos, I cannot put that in actual like real life combat. All right, I can do like half of that one sample combo like in like actual like play or whatever, but that's about as far as I can go. My brain can't handle. My brain to my fingers cannot handle fighting games most of the time.
Yeah, it'll take a couple of days, but you'll eventually get it.
That's what they all say. All right.
Yeah.
It's never happened. Never happened.
Nah. You, me, D. Who else plays Tekken? Zeke. Sit us all down. We'll all learn Tekken together. Well, I mean,
you already know Tekken, and so does D.
Yeah.
And so does a bit of Zeke.
D doesn't really. He picked up 7. We didn't do much with it, so he would still be in the learning phase. He would just be relying on basic fighting game stuff.
Yeah.
Which he's very good at. So he would in fact just take a couple of days.
Yeah. As for other games that I played, I tried out Another Crab's Treasure as the Crab Souls that I was looking forward to. That game is jank.
Mm-hmm.
That game's funny, but that game is jank. All right. You ask Zeke, it feels weird. Like the dodging is not like very well tuned in our opinion. There seems to be a little bit of input latency or whatever. I wish that there was a demo for this game. Because I would have liked to try the demo before playing the game. Don't get me wrong, the game's hilarious. You start this game out, you're on like a side of you're like on this like little like sandbar or whatever, and one of those grabbers, you know those grabbers you see at like stores or whatever, that like the stick grabbers that you just like it extends or out and you can like grab stuff with it. It was that, but it was a shark head. All right, and it just pops out of the water, and it says, and he goes, "Oh, by the power vested in me, I am here to collect the taxes on part of the duchy," or whatever. And you're the hermit crab. You're playing Krill. He's like, what? What? He's like, what's a duchy and taxes? And he's like, if you can't pay the taxes, I'll have to repossess your home and everything. And then he takes Krill's like shell. So now you're on like you're on an adventure to get your shell back.
They've repossessed my home, which is me. Well, half of me.
Yeah. And so you go around and you fight. It's a Souls game, but you're a hermit crab, and you use things around you as like shells, as like as shells that they do different things. Like you have banana peel as a shell. If you use its like special ability, you can eat part of it and gain HP. There's a soda can that does like a shotgun blast of like bubbles. There's a shot glass that like it shatters and does like ice damage or something like that. It's pretty cool. Like it is really cool. I couldn't put the time in to play it at the moment because I've got so much stuff over there, so I returned it. I didn't play it for I only played like an hour and a half. That's why I wish there was a demo because I wouldn't have bought it if I didn't get immediately hooked into it.
Mm-hmm.
So I did return it, but I'll go back to it at some other point. I mean, it's cheap. It's like $30. But I hope there's like a couple of patches that kind of like maybe like tunes it a little bit better. Yeah, it's pretty funny though. Obviously played Relink. I don't think I touched anything else. Yeah, I didn't play anything else. I watched anime and the finals for Tekken. So League.
I played Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah.
The addiction is back, boys.
Yay!
Let's go for 1,000.
Yeah, it's doing the evil run with my friend.
Hey.
Evil.
Time to sex up Minthara.
Oh yeah, he is. He is. Hey, she's a ride or die as hell. Holy heck.
Oh yeah. Once you get with her, she is with you.
Yeah, really. Holy heck. Yeah, we were at the point where we basically deal with Orin and Saravok and stuff like that. So we're
yeah.
very close to the ending.
Oh damn.
Yeah, yep.
You guys got those
Very
fast.
close. Oh no, this is an old save
Oh okay.
that we just got back to. But that's where we are. I want to start a new one because of all the new stuff that they added. And see what the difference is.
Yeah.
So that's another 100+ hours.
Gotta get to 1,000. It'll be your first. It'll be your first game you have 1,000 hours in. Which is probably not.
Probably. Well, besides Final Fantasy 14.
I was to say. Yeah,
14
like
easy, but...
I'm waiting for the day where she checks and she just sees it tick over and goes, oh, okay, yeah. Today's the day.
Today's the day.
Yeah.
Yeah. What else? Stardew Valley. And also GTA. And what else? That was it, really.
Yeah. Dude, you can get with Minthara really quickly in that game. Like you're not even at you're not even at Act 1 and you're already like in bed with
To
her.
be fair, you've proven yourself by genocide.
True.
So you're clearly down for the cause, I guess.
Yeah, and in a way, it's also interesting because spoiler if you haven't done this yet, but most people probably have if they've done Evil Root. Yeah, no. So because of the nature of the artifact that you hold as well, at first she's still under the complete control of the Absolute. And after the party, she starts realizing something's up, which is also very interesting. And that's what really attaches her to you. Because she realizes, like, when she's around you, she can actually think for herself.
Fair.
Yeah, she's not completely evil, which is very interesting. because most of the stuff that you see her do at the very beginning is because she's under the control of the Absolute.
Yeah. See, here's what you do. You genocide the beginning. Who doesn't like a little bit of genocide, all right? Get
Well, don't
Minthara,
say
all right?
that.
And then
We do not endorse genocide. But I have to
yeah,
say-
and then you do a 180 and you go good.
What?
You do a 180 and everything in the rest of the game is all good choices.
Yeah. I wish there was a way to recruit her without doing that, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was like
I was
a safe, scummy way to do it.
was
By
there because I
by
was
turning
surprised that
her
the only way.
you turn her into a sheep.
I'm sorry. Go back.
You turn her into a sheep. And
I
then
so
something
many
like that.
jokes. What you mean you turn her into? No, back up. Hold on. What you mean you turn her into a? You've lost
Yeah,
me completely.
there's one spell you can turn someone into a sheep, I'm pretty
You just
sure.
polymorph her and she's into
Polymorph.
that.
Yeah. Hang on, let me see.
That's amazing. Let me tell you what I never would have thought to do. Surely you will see things my way. Elsewise, you shall become fluffy forever.
Yeah, they got rid of this out of this exploit thing, but because technically is it wasn't.
Oh, okay. It makes more sense now. I'm now horribly disappointed this wasn't some intended method that I just didn't understand.
So basically, let's see, or is it?
It'd be
So what you have to do is you have to knock her out,
Uh-huh.
slaughter the two goblin leaders, the other two, uh, and then let's see. That will end with her back at your camp for some reason. What's this? I missed something. All right, this is short, but okay. Then in Act 2, you turn her into the sheep with polymorph. You drag the sheep Minthara to Moonrise Towers. The sheep will be put on trial. And then this is a really scummy way to do it, by the way. So it's a little glitch and stuff. The judge will find the sheep guilty, and then you can rescue.
Find the sheep guilty.
Then
Find the sheep guilty and then you end the polymorph because the sheep's guilty,
yeah,
not her.
yeah, and then that's it. You unsheep her.
All right. Is so in theory, could I just like do sleep shenanigans and drag her there somehow? No, probably not. I'm sorry, it's just the sheep bit that got me, and I understand
No,
now, but man, that's
yeah,
wild.
it's because of the specifically the sheep is guilty and not Minthara.
Yeah, it's kind of exploiting you defeating the three leaders as a good person, because that's what you'd
Yeah.
have to do to progress the story. You haven't killed her; you've knocked her out and killed the other two.
So here's the question on that one. Is that really exploiting, or are you just actually playing D&D?
Yeah, no, I
I
don't
like the
think you can do
mindset.
it. Yeah, I know. You can't do it anymore. I don't think so. They
Yeah.
probably deemed it a cheeky way. But the when around this time they were contemplating making a different way to recruit her as a fairly good person.
Hmm. And without having to destroy a whole town.
Yeah, it's sad though, because there's children there in the
Yeah.
grove. Eh.
Yeah, besides all the innocent people, there it is like literally every kind of innocent person. It's horrific.
Yeah.
Except
Anyway,
that one elf bitch. He deserved to die.
oh, yeah.
The head of the
Oh, that's
head of
interesting. Because it turns out,
yeah.
what's her face? What's her name? I can't remember her
I can't remember
name.
her name either, but the head of like the one that was
She
like
take
under Halson.
yes, the one that she temporarily takes control of the grove.
Yeah.
I don't
Um,
remember her shadowy
I
little
can't
mouse
remember her name.
companions.
Yeah, but she is a shadow druid. You find like a note.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
find a note
yeah,
her colluding with bad people.
yeah.
That was interesting to find.
So I didn't feel bad about killing her.
Oh, you
Everybody
did.
else, yeah,
Oh,
yeah. I never felt bad about killing her, but everybody else, I felt a little bit bad about.
I never killed her. Either time, I found out the truth once, and I just talked her down the other time. Oh, did you have a thing about staking people?
Oh yeah, I did have a thing about staking people. Hey, that
Huh?
motherfucker tried biting me or whatever. If anything,
Oh.
he deserved that fucking steak. Okay, all right. He
Just
tried
saying.
biting me. All right, fuck him. He deserved it.
You
All
can bring
right.
him back with us, which is funny, and he complains at you. So why did you
That's funny.
kill me?
Nah, all death is permanent in
The
my
the
game.
dialogue is great.
Like, what'd you stake me for? You fucking bit me. Why wouldn't I? But yeah,
My
yeah.
favorite from interaction is when you let him bite you and drain you, and you're just dead the next day.
Oh yeah, yeah. And he's like,
Oh,
yeah. He could just straight up kill you.
yeah,
It's
no.
so
As
funny.
you can imagine, I never let that happen.
What? Well, you can fail the rolls
You
to
can
get
fail
them
the
off.
rolls, yeah.
Oh, right.
It's
Yeah, that
best
is
when
a
it's
possibility.
best when you're playing with your friends, because then you can actually go through the whole dialogue of that, not just game over.
Yeah.
It's so
Fantastic.
funny.
I blew him up in an explosion once he came back, like you said, and was very angry. You killed me. I won't let it happen again. What do you mean again? Next time you go in.
uh, but is that all you did, Leaky?
I think so, yes. I was contemplating buying more farm games because Farm Fest is on Steam, but
Buying more farm games. How many farm games do you need?
uh,
You're gonna answer with them all, right?
yeah.
Yeah, you need them all. Oh, that's the membership. Okay.
Hey guys, don't forget to sub to the channel if you're into what you're hearing. While you're down there, remember to like the video as much as we like you. You'll be good now.
All right. Well, we can get into the news. We have a bit this week. A lot of stuff has happened this week. We're gonna get into something I'm gonna have to preface first with. All right. After this podcast is done, I'm 100% going and buying Stellar Blade. All right.
What? You're not grinding
So
out ranked Tekken with me?
no, I'm not clearing out Rex Tech with you. The hell? I'd be lucky to even get to yellow. I'm gonna be real here. So, um, anyway, yeah, I will be buying Sailor Blade after this podcast. So any complaints that happens during this podcast from me, does not sway me from playing this game. All right. So there has been a lot of controversy over Stellar Blade this past week. All right, and no, it's not
Oh,
because she's a hot and sexy lady or whatever. It is
well,
because
dev stuff.
do what?
More dev stuff.
No, it's not. It's not. It is like dev stuff, and it's more. It's probably more Sony shit. To be real, to be
Oh,
fair.
okay.
So, a couple days before the game came out, Stellar Blade devs came out and said this game will be uncensored in all regions. All right.
Oh, I've heard this. Yeah, okay. Yep.
Yeah. And then it turns out game was indeed censored. Now, the censorship that is in this is not a lot. There is still very much so your Eve is a very sexual person, or a sexual looking person. Um a like one or two outfits got like mildly censored, like some black, like the whole black lace thing that they put over so that you don't get to see cleavage, or like as hard cleavage. And I think I don't like using the word, but one censorship like took out like the, I don't like saying the word, but camel toe out of one
There was
outfit.
camel toe.
There was a bit of it,
Oh,
yeah,
there was
yeah,
there. Every nook and
yeah,
cranny is present.
Oh
yeah,
my god, that's so funny. What did they
yeah.
think? Camel toe is not comfortable at all.
Uh,
That's hilarious. Okay, okay, okay. Anyway, sorry.
um, and so yeah, like stuff like that was taken out. There was an issue with graffiti on a wall that said "hard"
Yeah.
next to Roxanne's shop or whatever, that just says "our shop" or whatever. So
Okay.
if you read it together, it said "hard R." That got
Okay.
taken out.
Yeah.
Because obviously people complained and thought that was intentionally a racist put there, but they
Yeah.
probably AI generated like freaking graffiti on the wall like in random places or whatever, because the word hard is on a lot of walls in the game. Um what else was there? Some of the blood and gore got turned down like one notch. So not really much at all. The issue isn't the fact, it isn't like what they censored or whatever. The issue with a lot of people is that they did censor after stating that there would not be any censorship.
Okay.
And so people are taken to pitchfork and torches because like they were counting it as false advertisement, and it kinda is, cause it's a little bit of whatever.
Yeah, it's this once again is like, okay, okay, gamers. So they're not up in arms because of how badly one of the employees were treated and fired because she has feminist opinions, or so to speak, anyway. They're up in arms because they couldn't have camel toe.
Yeah, I don't think it's like the actual content of what was censored is just like that it existed in the first place. Like the
Yeah, well,
censorship
you know what I
existed
mean.
in
It's
the
the
first
same
place.
realm
Yeah,
of thing. It's the same realm.
yeah. Um, so a lot of like there's a big like war going back and forth because obviously there is one side that wanted everything in this game censored to
Yeah.
Timbuktu,
Uh-huh.
because having hot women in a video game is apparently not what people want or whatever. When obviously the other side is like, what the hell? Yes, we do want this or whatever. All that
Yeah.
shit. So I'm on the side of like, okay, well they didn't like take the censorship or whatever and like turn the dial like 12 times or whatever to like remove a crap ton of shit. So I really don't care or whatever. I'm more like I'm not like peeved that they censored anything at all. I'm just like, I feel bad because Sony kind of fucked Shift up there for a little bit, because uh they were allowed to tweet out that there wasn't going to be censorship in the game at all, and then Sony was
Okay.
like, the changes felt very last second.
Yeah, they probably got
Is
in
what is
trouble for a lot of stuff in different countries. Camel
um
toe. No, that particular graffiti.
yeah.
Hmm.
I'm just like, people just play the video, and like apparently Sony realizes that on a technical level that they could be like probably maybe liable for false advertisement or whatever,
Yeah, I
and so
understand that. Well,
they
yeah.
are allowing refunds for people that saying it was false advertisement, which I think
Sorry,
is
this
kind of
is such
I'm
fucked
a
super
because
surprised about this, by the way.
about them
I didn't think Sony.
actually
Yeah,
allowing
I didn't think
refunds,
Sony would take this seriously enough to
because
give
there's a
refunds.
slight legal because a good lawyer could turn this around.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I
That's
see
the
why.
issue.
What the problem is, they should never have said there'll be no advertising. Sorry, no censorship.
Yeah, they
They should have
shouldn't have
never
allowed.
said that. Yeah.
Yeah, if they were gonna if they were gonna like make Shift Up actually censor a little bit of stuff or whatever, they shouldn't have allowed them to make the post saying that there
Yeah.
wasn't going to be any censorship in it.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
like, again,
That's
I think
essentially what it is.
there was the changes that they made felt like it was very last second or whatever. Because the changes only came on the day one patch. Now,
Okay, interesting.
reviewers had a copy, had the digital copy of the game, all right, for reviewing, and they were already on the day one patch. So a lot of people were saying that like it didn't actually get censored or whatever because the reviewers didn't mention anything about it. But it's because the reviewers that got digital copies already had it was already patched to them, and that
Okay, okay.
people that got the disc was not patched. And so there was some changes
Oh,
for
there
them.
was the actual change. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is
But
legally I can see
yeah.
what the problem is.
The devs came out and said that, we hear you or whatever, and there's talkings in the background or whatever, or like like they're having meetings about it or whatever to
Yeah.
see if they can do any changes or whatever about it, but who knows. Again, like I said, this doesn't stop me. I'm playing Sailor Way because I think the gameplay is really good. I hear the story's absolute god awful, and that like the characters are not very good. Like characters are not very fleshed out. But the story, I mean, not the story, but the gameplay is literally what it is, and that's. I mean, I played that demo for how long, Dalit? I like know.
Yeah, that's true.
I know hit that boss or whatever. So, yeah, I love the way the game played, so I'm gonna play it. So yeah. Now on some actual false advertisement shit.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Escape from Tarkov developer Battle
Oh,
State.
Lord.
God, I'm glad you bringing this up because
Yeah,
I heard someone talk about this. Yeah.
yeah. Escape from Tarkov. It's like battle. What is it? Fucking Battle State. What? I literally said it like not too long ago. Battle State Games. Yeah, of course it's games. Why wouldn't I remember it? Anyway, Battle State Games. They came out with two big hefty bundles that you could buy from Tarkov. One of them was an extremely heavy pay to win bundle where you got extra space for your little cache that when you die you don't drop all your gear if you have it in this cache or whatever. It came with a bunch of items. It came with stuff like, if you were wanting to win an Escape from Tarkov, you probably would have bought this $250 bundle. All right. Then there was another bundle. It's like $150. It comes with some stuff. Most importantly, there was a line that says all DLC. Or whatever. You get all the DLC that comes out for Escape from Tarkov if you buy this bundle. All right. The devs apparently didn't want to actually give out their PvE thing, like play mode that they were making, which is like single player Tarkov, which is one person against like computers and stuff like that. So they removed the line of getting all DLC, all right, after people had already bought the pack.
What
right?
did you think was going to happen? Like, did you think you weren't going to get called out for being scum? What's up here?
I mean, I don't think they cared about being called out for being scum because the developer or like the actual head guy behind Escape from Tarkov, Nikita Buyanov or whatever, has said some very unhinged shit the past couple of days. Like, this debacle that they're having or whatever will show who are the true believers in Tarkov or whatever. Saying that like, yes, we probably fucked you over and shit, but you should just take it. And you didn't actually believe in playing Escape from Tarkov if, you didn't want to support us in that way and being, like, falsely advertised to. That's insane. That's an insane line to say. Needless to say, a lot of people not playing Tarkov at the moment.
Yeah, way to sound like a super villain. Well, super villain, but way to sound like a villain, my guy, and just completely shoot yourself in the foot. Well done.
I've heard this over and over and over again. Because like I listened to Thor, and Thor's been asked 18 billion times about like his opinion on it. He never really got interested in Tarkov in the first place. And especially since they had like the pay to win bundle, he immediately then was like, no, I'm not interested in playing this game because there's pay to win aspect in it. And now this whole debacle just immediately goes like, okay, well, Escape Battle State Games just not a good developer, I guess. Yeah, it's insane. And like they're even like Nikita is also talking about how, oh, this update for this PvE update or whatever, not considered downloadable content.
Except
But
that it,
is.
absolutely is.
Yeah. he's like, downloadable content is something that changes the game in a very explicit way or stuff like that. Like changes it like in a very changes a lot of stuff like about the game. Like no, downloadable content is stuff that's not part of the main game that you download for the game. That literally in the word, it is content that you download. Like costumes are downloadable content.
Absolutely.
Everything you add to the game via downloading is downloadable content. I'd almost be as far as to say updates are downloadable content on a technicality.
Yeah, but no,
free downloadable content.
Yeah.
So it's insane. I've never played I don't think I've ever played Escape from Tarkov. I've never wanted to play Escape from Tarkov. I'm not really super into like extraction shooters. That being said, I did like Dark and Darker because it was like a fantasy extraction shooter, or not a fantasy extraction game. But, yeah, no, this is insane. I look at this and then I look over at like the shit with Stellar Blade, and I'm like, guys, there is a more evil company out here. All right, look at that. Pitchfork and Torch Battle State Games. Now, I have no idea. Like they have to. I think they did like turn the dial back a little bit, and they're offering people that have bought these packs like a 75% off on the single player Tarkov thing when it comes out. And the packs have been also discounted like half off or something like that. So, they're paying for it. It's just I don't know what they thought. I don't know how people I don't know how you like think that this is going to go over well. So but we got good news.
Oh?
Our government has apparently been deciding to work this past month.
Yeah, really surprising that.
Yeah. Net neutrality's back.
Hey! Great.
After,
good news.
6 or 7 years of it being gone, apparently. Or whenever.
Has it been that long, really?
Whenever I don't know when he removed it. But yeah, net neutrality's back. Woohoo! We're free, but not really, because the government's always still watching.
Yeah.
So
I will admit that
insane.
I was always surprised when this was taken down to begin with. I didn't think it would actually do it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's insane, man. The government's been doing some stuff. I say it's because of election season. All right. It is the
You're
year of
probably
the
right.
election. And people want to get reelected back in office, and what are they going to do? They're going to give us the stuff that we want, all right? To be like, hey, I mean, was it the governor of my state does it every year? He somehow finds a surplus in our like tax budget or whatever, and then just gives everybody $250. So he literally like he literally does this like every year, and I know his ploy. His ploy is to do that because they're like, man, remember when I forget who our governor's name is. Purdue, is it Purdue? I don't think it's Purdue. Whatever his name is. You remember when he gives us $250 last May? And you'd be like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, that was a good guy. I'm gonna vote for him again, so I can get another $250. So yeah, yeah, it's pretty much bribing, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I think it kind of is.
Yeah. Obviously he would never come out and say that, but apparently he does find the surplus, and I guess the surplus does exist because he does give it to everybody in the state. So,
Huh. Imagine that.
yeah. We got some Switch rumors.
Again?
Yeah, more Switch rumors. All right. Apparently, Joy-Cons will use a magnetic attachment system. So
As they all should.
Instead of sliding it in like you do with the current Switch or whatever, it's just gonna attach as a magnet. It's apparently larger than the current Switch, but not as large as a Steam Deck. That's okay because Steam Deck's kind of big. Accessory manufacturers have apparently been able to touch the console, but they have not seen it.
Okay, so what the fuck does that mean?
They put it in a box and they had them stick their hand in the box.
What, are we playing games now? Like, I feel like seeing the console is kind of important for the people making things for it. I mean, and to be fair, that is technically untrue. But what are we doing here?
The feel of a console is like I guess probably the most important. Actually, you know what they probably did? They probably blindfolded them and then put the Switch 2 in their hands.
Regardless, my point is, I understand you can't just give them the specifics and they will make pieces to those specifics. But also, are you afraid one of them is gonna leak it? Because congratulations, it's been leaked. It's a Switch. It's gonna look like a Switch.
Yeah.
Enjoying the video? Remember to like and sub. Helps out the channel a bunch, and we're grateful for everyone we get. This just feels like if I was there, I'd have been super frustrated. Yeah, that sure is something that I'm holding. It has a couple of sticks, a D-pad, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 buttons. Wow. Really happy I'm at work today.
Slated for early 2025, which we all pretty much figured because it was actually originally slated for this year, and then he pushed it back.
Supposedly delayed, yeah.
Yeah, they pushed it back because apparently I heard that they wanted a better launch lineup. So apparently, I guess some games coming out in the beginning of next year. That's gonna go along with it. Backpat, so you will be able to play Switch 1 games on it. So it's gonna be working off the same type of architecture, I guess. Apparently, the Switch Joy-Cons might not work on the Switch 2. There's a possibility that they do not work on the Switch 2. But that I think the analogs are supposed to also be better.
I wouldn't be surprised. There's a lot of companies working just on controllers in general with seemingly better product. So
Also, they're probably working on a new Pro controller or whatever, but you can use the old Pro controller on it as well.
That's very good. That's very good. That would have
Just
been annoying to have to upgrade.
Joy-Cons might just be the ones that don't get that won't be able to use possibly. We'll know the beginning of next year. All right, so something during Evo Japan, it was revealed that Slayer is coming to Guilty Gear Strive.
Yeah. And his lovely wife. He
Yeah,
makes a
I
point to
don't know
bring
who these
her up.
characters are. I don't know who these
No,
characters are. So.
Slayer is the character. He looks great. Not a whole lot has been touched up about him, so it's not like a complete redesign. He's very much as we know him. Just God, he looks really good. It's just end of statement. Either you
Yeah.
like Guilty Gear or you don't, and you know who we're talking about. He is a dandy vampire man, and exceptionally Scottish.
Yeah. But you know what's better? And I didn't write it down, but I
When
just
he bites
remembered.
soul and becomes a young dandy vampire man.
No, I don't care. I don't care about JD Strive. All right, man.
At least he's honest.
Yeah, you two are the Strive players. Or, well, I know Leek's a Strive player. You like Strive.
Oh no,
guess.
I own Strive.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, I think he's played it more than me.
No. My Prime Minister is coming to Tekken.
Oh, I'm so stupid. I'm like, we don't have prime ministers in America. Oh, it's true. One Lydia Sobieska.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Too
she's
good.
kick ass. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, does she?
Surprisingly enough, because I hate myself, I decided to check on Reddit again because according to Reddit, Tekken 8 is the worst and everyone hates the game. Check to see their excitement because like a lot of people were really pleased with Lydia. I ran into something that's kind of true, but people were like she just looks like Nina with a scar. My initial thought was, you all are ridiculous. There's no making you happy. And then someone customized Nina and put her next to her. I was like, all right, look, geez, maybe, yeah, the Tekken devs are getting pretty lazy with their design work, I guess. But yeah, no, I'm plenty happy to have her back. I didn't do much with Lydia. I was never really good with her. But I was excited that people were excited.
Yeah. I wasn't good with her
She does
either,
look great.
but as a Polish person, my Prime Minister.
Yeah, and there's going to be story stuff, and we know that when she was actually created with Tekken 8 in mind. So she will have something to do with the expanded story that comes sometime this spring.
Well, I mean, Tekken 8 story is a worldwide story, I guess.
Tekken 8 story is a mess. I'm just trying to figure out how poorly integrated she and Eddie are going to be.
Yep. Apparently, Square Enix is canceling some games to focus more on higher definition games. Because apparently that's, I guess, where the money is. So.
To be fair.
It's mainly to do with their losses as well that they had.
Yes.
So basically, there's an incurring loss of 22.1 billion yen, or roughly $140 million, on our financial books for the fiscal year that ended in March. And the quote from this article is, at the meeting convened on March 7th, 2024, the board of directors of Square Enix Holdings voted, in light of the myriad changes underway in the environment surrounding its group, to revise the group's approach to the development of high-definition games with the intention of being more selective and focused in the allocation of development resources. As a result of close examination, the company expects to recognize approximately 2.1 billion yen in content abandonment losses on its books for the fiscal year of ending March 2024.
Yeah, so pretty much they're hedging their bets on on stuff like Rebirth and 16 and 14.
Which makes sense. So Square Enix over the past half a decade, if not longer, have been trying to get their feet in this live service door, and they have had zero success. Their last success was over 10 years ago with their MMO. So I'm
Yep.
not surprised the investors got very sick and tired of A, these games reviewing very poorly, and B, these very expensive live services games being closed down inside of a year sometimes of their launch, which just means
Yeah.
the money was put in and is never going to be returned on.
Yeah.
So yeah, going to games that they know will sell, maybe not as well as like a live service could pump money, but they know will sell is the right move. It's what Square Enix is known for.
Yeah.
The fact that they were ever deviating is understandable, but kind of beyond me, if I'm honest. Because it's not like Square Enix was failing miserably. All the failure came from their extracurriculars. They insisted on trying to make movies. They've all failed. Even Advent Children, which everyone loves, flop.
Yeah.
They've tried. They've tried to make all this live service stuff. Flop. They put
Yeah.
out a Final Fantasy. It sells. Just no offense. Stick to what you know, because clearly you don't know anything else.
It sells, but they have like they still have an insane like metric of what they want their Final Fantasies to do.
Yeah.
Like
Sure, but
even
that's still a problem. That's still a problem that's created by themselves.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
concerned what they're gonna drop because we haven't heard about Dragon Quest 12 in a while.
I think
I
that's
imagine
considered that
Dragon Quest
HD
is very
game.
safe. Yeah,
You
I
think
imagine
so? I
Dragon
hope
Quest is a
so,
very
because
safe
I'd be
game.
super sad if they drop it.
They're not going to cancel Dragon Quest after Toriyama's death. They're
Yeah,
not
yeah.
going to do that.
Oh, God.
So, looking to games like Dissidia Opera Omnia, which was actually a pretty well received game, I imagine we will see all of their gachas close down very soon. Brave Exvius, which is still going. I don't actually know which other gachas they
Ever
have.
Crisis?
Ever Crisis, yeah, it probably was always meant to be a short term thing. That one might survive until part 3
Yeah,
of 7.
probably.
But yeah, I don't suspect that's long for the world after that. I expect that will be very short lived. As for anything else, I'm not sure what Square Enix still owns, because they don't own Deus Ex, they don't own Tomb Raider, they don't own Legacy of Kain, Thief, Hitman. I'm not sure what they still have access to that they would have been working on that they will now not work. Oh, The World Ends With You is not happening anymore because
Well,
Neo
no,
2
that was
didn't do well.
Yeah, they also didn't market Neo Tui at all.
But yeah, I don't know what else they own. I mean, maybe we don't
Games
get any more
games
Bravely
like
series, which would
yeah,
suck.
we probably won't get another Bravely series. We
Which
probably
means
won't
none
get
of
another
like the
Octopath
HD
Traveler.
2D stuff probably is.
Yeah, I don't
I
think
mean,
we're gonna get that
it's
anymore.
technically HD, but I don't think it's the HD that they're looking
Yeah,
for.
no, yeah.
So
we won't get any HD 2D stuff anymore. I think the only company under Square Enix that might do stuff like that or whatever is going to be Gem Drops, and they're going to be working on the Star Ocean remakes.
But yeah, I do suspect that Dragon Quest will be left.
Oh yeah, yeah.
In the rotation. I think that's a very safe game to put money behind.
They'd get so much shit if they canceled the game after Toriyama's death.
They get more. Oh god, I hadn't even considered. But yeah, they get so much shit from home.
Yeah.
Like.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Everybody
loves Dragon Quest over there.
Yeah, it would be a mostly Japanese blowback. Obviously, it's an international series, and people would get like distressed outside of Japan. But like that is a Japanese series that was like grown there and then sent out to the world.
Yeah, yeah. I agree. So yeah, yeah. I don't expect to see any HD 2D games come out anytime soon.
Actually,
or like anytime in the near future.
You've mentioned something that I now am not entirely sure of. I don't know that they'll continue with Star Ocean games.
No.
Even the
Gem Drop
remasters and remakes.
specifically. Well, I think those have actually sold well enough.
So what? The only reason I say this is because it doesn't meet the criteria, and even with them not working on it primarily, they'll be footing a lot of the bill. Obviously, I would like these games to be remade. I just want Till the End of Time to be remade personally, but
Yeah.
I feel like this is one that might be on the chopping block, but not very high, mind.
Let's see, Gem Drops game. I'm trying to see.
Somewhere in the Square Enix verse, Rufus Shinra is fucking like just looking out the window at the burning corpses of all his competitors, going, "Yes, you will see my pores in the next game." The weak didn't make it.
I actually don't know if Gem Drops is owned by Square Enix. I think they're only licensed out to do
Yeah, but Star Ocean is owned by Square Enix, so they are working in capacity. They are working for Square Enix.
Yeah, but I think if they have the license for Star Ocean, they can do it.
Oh wait, does it? Well, yeah, I guess they would. No, you're right. Fair enough.
Gem Drops doesn't have a wiki, so I can't really pick up their site. And the site that I do pick up for them is in Japanese, so, and I cannot read Japanese, so. I mean, we'll see. But I'm pretty sure Second Story Art sold super well, and I'm pretty and I know the first game sold enough for them to make the second game.
Sure. Sure.
So, but I mean, we'll see. I hope they make a Till the End of Time remake, because we kind of need one, because that game did not age well.
It doesn't hold up quite as well, but that's not the story's fault.
Yeah, no, it's not the story's fault. The look of the game just does not hold up. It is very old. It's like how what is it? Final Fantasy VII, the original Final Fantasy VII does not age well, like graphics wise. It does look bad. Yeah. So, would you guys like to play a Game of Thrones MMO?
Only if the opening song is Peter Dinklage, Peter Dinklage.
Peter Dinklage, Peter Dinklage. Yes, I want that now.
Would you like to play a Game of Thrones MMO that's made by Nexon?
You know what? Suddenly I don't want this so much anymore.
Nexon, huh?
This feels like I would get 5 levels in and then suddenly need to buy a lot of stuff to get forward progression.
Yeah, there is some word on the street is that Nexon is working on a Game of Thrones MMORPG. And I'm sitting here like, why Nexon? Why?
Yeah. Huh.
Why Nexon? Why does it have to be them? Why couldn't you just throw it over to Amazon? I know they're gonna make shit, but like, there's a chance in hell that Amazon actually pulls their head out of their ass to actually make something good or whatever. Nexon, no. Almost every Nexon game sucks. Oh, then again, Dolly, you wanna play a Nexon game that's coming up, don't you?
Do I? Oh, technically the First Descendant is an Nexon game, isn't it?
Yep, I think it is. Yep, it is Nexon.
Well,
it's published by Nexon. It is also developed by Nexon.
Devs.
So, yeah, never mind.
I'll give it a shot. I don't know what to say about it.
Hey,
I'll give it a shot. If I fall off, I fall off. I missed the alpha and both betas, so I'd love to get a shot at it.
More on that, this MMO was apparently announced in 2022. IGN just did an update. Yeah, it was announced in 2022, and IGN did an update saying, "Oh, now it's going to be in development."
Oh, okay.
So I wonder, were they just sitting on it because they needed to get people together and they announced it for investor purposes?
I
Possibly.
don't know.
Back in
I
Yeah.
22, that is.
missed it when they first announced it, but like I just got the Insider Gaming post saying that
It's
it is in development. So
it's been just long enough that there is a non-0% chance that we saw this update and have just forgotten.
Yeah, the thing is
true.
though, this is gonna be a mobile game. The announcement was for a mobile
Oh,
game,
MMO
remember?
mobile. Oh God. All right, it's dead,
Yeah.
Oh,
dead
I
in the water.
definitely
Yeah,
didn't
so
know that.
the title of this IGN article is Reported Game of Thrones MMO in fact mobile game announced in 2022.
Oh god, this
And
feels like
then
such an Exxon game now. I hate it.
they they did an update basically yesterday. Nexon is not developing a Game of Thrones massively multiplayer online role playing game. IGN has learned despite a report of the contrary yesterday. So what is happening? So is it? It's just actually a mobile game, not an MMO.
It's a
So
mobile
confusing.
MMO or whatever. I mean, who
So,
knows?
is this what they were planning on doing with 11 4 years ago?
Possibly.
I'll be interested to see how this goes
I
then.
think
I
I
have
think that
absolutely no interest in the
no,
game itself.
yeah, no, I think it's not. It literally says in the title, the reported Game of Thrones MMO is in fact a mobile game that was announced in 2022.
Yeah. I mean, you can have mobile MMOs.
Oh, I'm just reading the IGN article.
Yeah.
And it says
Yeah.
literally, Nexon is not developing an MMO,
Oh well.
despite a
Either way,
report yesterday saying it was.
yeah. Either way, Nexon's on a game. It's bad. Or typically, it's going to be
That's such
bad.
a huge confusion to make, though. Everybody's reporting it's an MMO, but it apparently isn't. I suppose we'll get more clarity soon.
Yeah. Well, I probably not soon. Nexon probably doesn't want to talk about it at any point in time until like
Nexon
they're
doesn't want to talk about a lot of stuff, especially after the
Yeah.
recent incident they just had with their
Oh, hey,
would-be very big streamer.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Here we go.
So-
So it says Nexon does not currently have anything in development based on the Games of Thrones IP. A company spokesman said, there you go. IGN understands the original Redanian intelligence report was instead referencing an already announced mobile game from Netmarble. The details
Oh,
in the original story below, that is what I referred to earlier, is still accurate to the game, simply titled Game of Thrones MMO, blah, 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 which was announced in 2022. IGN has also asked Netmarble for comment. So basically, it's ongoing confusion, lots of confusion.
Oh. Well, you heard it here. You know what else you're gonna hear
Hmm.
here?
go on.
Dolly, you want to talk about our favorite streamer, our favorite base streamer now, that decided
Yeah,
to
sure.
throw Nexon
Yeah,
under the bus?
So,
Oh,
Maple Story.
okay.
Yes, that Maple Story. Turns out, getting to max level is quite the event. And recently, one player, Nairu, was about to ding level 300. He was going to be the first person in the world to do it, and had garnered sponsorships from Nexon, had all of their community reps shouting him out, all of Nexon official redirecting to his stream. This was for them momentous. At level 299.993, he decides, Nairu, the streamer, decides, time to stop, and let's talk about Nexon for an hour. And proceeds to tear them apart.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I will say this again because it's kind of important. Nexon had funneled a lot of eyes on him. And a lot of people's first takeaway is, oh, well, he's just tanked his career. Except, did he? Did he? We all understand Nexon's shitty practices. They've been put on blast by everyone. Now they've just managed to do such a poor job. Even the person with the most to gain used his time as a soapbox for which to try his best to course correct that company by force. I think that's hilarious.
Yeah.
By the way, it should be noted, he also then ended stream without hitting 300. Fucking
Yeah.
hilarious. Yeah.
He was like, I don't even know if I want to get to 300. And he's like, man, I guess since all of you guys are here, I think we owe it to you guys to do it. And then he like blacks his screen out for a second, transports to like a secret area, comes back up, and he goes, you know what? Never mind. I'm actually not going to do it on stream. Turns the stream off.
Oh my
So yeah,
God.
this guy's based. He is so based.
Absolutely hilarious. And Nexon has no one to blame but themselves, because apparently the community over MapleStory has brought up all of these complaints before, and for a not insignificant amount of time. They are aware and have openly chose to do nothing.
Yep.
I think this is fair. I think this is fair.
Yeah, I mean, Nexon deserves it. It's just hilarious. Like to just like then sit there and be like, all right, now that I got you guys here, let's talk about how shit this company is. Oh, and by the way, the whole reason why you're actually here, yeah, I'm just not gonna do it. Later.
Interesting. No, I mean, on one hand, it is, he's showing his integrity. He's not just shilling out to a big sponsorship. He's putting out his actual feelings on something, and that that's something to be respected. On the other hand,
Yeah.
oof.
Yeah, no, actually,
Yeah.
though.
Yeah. But it kind of, yeah. As I say, like, kind of reminds me of like, because I was explaining it to Tara, and she didn't understand at first what I was trying to say, because she's played MapleStory for years and years, and she knows like all the issues with it or whatever. But she would also play like a different version of MapleStory or whatever, because like I think the version of MapleStory he's playing is like base MapleStory. And like there at a certain point in time in MapleStory, it takes like 10 hours to get 0.8% of level. So this guy's been at it for like years. Um and she didn't understand at first, because like she was like, yeah, MapleStory has problems. I don't get what the issue is or whatever. And I'm like it's not about what he says. It's about the action he took. It's about sending a message. And she was like, oh god, yeah, that was actually pretty base. I was like, it's about sending a message or whatever. It's so good. That was like the feel good story of the week. I
It's
was
very
like,
interesting.
I was very happy when I saw that. All right. I saved the worst for last, and by the worst, I mean I saved one of the worst companies for last.
Okay.
So, Ubisoft, gave some early details on Assassin's Creed Hex.
Oh.
That they did.
Yeah, yeah. It is planned for 2026. That's super far out. So I'm gonna forget all of this knowledge in like the next month. Um, there is a fear system in it. I don't know what that means. Um, I don't know what type of. I don't know. Like I've seen fear systems before, but like I don't know what this means for an Assassin's Creed game. The female protag. It is a female protag, and she has powers. I'm assuming with the name Hex, it's the assassin is a witch.
She's a witch.
Yeah. She has spells to possess a cat. So, you have your cat familiar. Elsa, which I'm assuming is the protag's name, is seemingly hunted by 16th century German soldiers,
Mm-hmm.
which are, I guess, assuming they're going to be the with it's the assassin Templars.
16th century.
Templars,
It's
yeah,
medieval times. Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
ooh.
Oh, it's gonna be the German Templars. And it's going to be a more linear experience with some open world design, which is pretty
Oh.
nice.
Yeah, we heard people
Because I
about
mean,
the map being too big and stuff.
oh god, man, Valhalla's map is so big. It is so huge. I've played like 25% of Valhalla, and let me tell you what, I never want to touch that game again because like I get the brain worms, the brain spiders of like when I look at that map and I just kind of want to do everything on the map, but then I'm like, this is too much, way too much on this map.
Yeah.
Um, and you're like walking through like so many different countries or whatever because you have like the like a gigantic portion of Europe you're like going through. So yeah. But yeah, I mean that's interesting enough. I wish they didn't give out or like this early information. This could have waited until next year, in my opinion. But yeah, that's all the news. That's all the news. We got through it. Got through the news.
We did it.
Yeah, we did it. We did it. What are we doing this week? It's
Same
first
old,
week of May.
same old.
First week of May. Tomorrow. Well, actually,
Mayday.
it's May. Yesterday was it's gonna be May. Now it
No,
is
no,
May.
no, no,
Mhm.
no. As a West Coaster, it's gonna
Oh,
be May.
Okay,
okay.
woo. Transcending time.
It's
A
my
tale of
birthday
souls
month.
and swords, eternally retold.
Oh yeah. Same old for you, Leak.
Yep, same old, same old.
It'll
Don't
be Tekken and Relink for me as well. So
damn. None of you guys have change in your life. None of you guys have.
no, we have a stable familiarity.
Yeah. I'm gonna be playing Stellar Blade this week. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. And probably something else. Dalit might be like, "Hey man, let's play some Tekken or something."
Yeah. I
So
did
is
I
that how I
did
sound?
Yeah,
or
that's
something.
exactly how you sound. Yeah.
Or something. I did find a game that does speak to me though, only because of the Steam storefront description of this game. It says a dungeon
Oh,
crawling micro game for tired people.
yeah,
Retired
that's saying
people.
all the right words. Hey,
True.
Dragon Ruins.
is
Oh
that the
man,
one you
don't we?
showed us? No, 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 no. I've seen this one. It's not 8-bit. What's the word I'm looking for?
Is retro style, yeah.
Yeah, it is retro. Thank you. Yeah, I did see that. I don't know anything about it. Good to know that it's catered exclusively to tired people.
Yeah, it is literally a dungeon crawl. Which card do you go down? Okay, now you fight random monster. Okay, now you fight bigger monster. Okay, you get treasure. Okay, now fight boss. Okay, you win. Yay! Again.
Again. Fair. Fair.
Fair. Um, back during that Tarkov stuff, I forgot to mention the Helldivers 2 Twitter posted out some talking about they have deals on their game or whatever, and they're like, these are prices you that are unheard of. All right. And it was a joke on it was a call out to Tarkov because one of their packs was like the Unheard DLC or something like that, the Unheard pack. And so Helldivers to Helldivers devs calling out people. That's hilarious.
Wow.
Um yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna play Stellar Blade this week. Again, I might play some other stuff, but who knows? I get to play the Stellar Booty. So
Very
not
good.
not the
yeah.
camel toe.
Nah, not the camel.
No, that's been censored.
Oh well.
Nah,
Oh.
not the not the
Well,
Stellar.
think of the children, would you? They can't be made aware of a human body. No, no. None of
Not
that here.
You can't have the front wedgie. Sorry.
You have the back wedgie, sure. Everyone has a bum, but
No front
nothing up front.
wedgie.
Nothing up
It is
front.
literally you have to be wedgie to get that effect.
Oh goodness, it's just like pulling up from the top.
So
Oh
yeah, no,
man.
just imagine your testicles, right? Just imagine those, like literally wedged between the seam of your trousers, okay?
Yeah,
And
no,
then
it seems
fold up.
incredibly
That's
unpleasant.
exactly what it's
Yeah.
like.
Yeah, no, I don't think I would.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah.
No, I mean, me personally, I first of all don't have the figure to pull it off. First and foremost. Second of all, ow.
It's so funny.
Anyway, if you made it this far in the podcast, please hit that like and subscribe button, and don't hit the like and subscribe button for leaks information on camel toes.
No, definitely do. If you found that relatable or important, absolutely hammer the like bar, subscribe, hit the bell, remember to leave a comment, and tell us your
So-
feelings on
Stellar Blade, that
that-
pussy be popping.
Leak 2024.
All right. All right. We will see you guys next week.
Be good now. Before you go, remember to like, comment, and sub to us. Not only does it help out the channel and let us know what you're into, but it also makes you 100% cooler than everybody else. I checked with Aqua. It's definitely